I'm all the way up, sitting first class. Pedal to the metal, tank full of gas. Can't slow down, I'm moving too fast. Headed back to the county, I'm riding full blast. I'm all the way up.
Welcome back for another video of Cypher Outside. This time I'm going to be going out and scouting for a trip that I want to take in August for my 50th birthday. I want to do a multi-day canoe trip down the Umpqua River. I'm not sure which part of the lower Umpqua I'm going to do. Might be the lower section where it's pretty much all flat water all the way out to Winchester Bay from say Dean Creek, the elk viewing area, all the way out. I don't know though, that area is highly subject to wind, so maybe not, but the upper section has got rapids on it. So depending on the water conditions come August, it may be a fool's errand to try to do that solo. So if it is higher water in August, which I don't think it's going to be, then I probably should either take somebody with me through the first section of it and have somebody, you know, to support in case there's any kind of problems. But I am actually anticipating the water level to be very low, and we'll have no problem probably soloing the what I call the upper lower section, which would be from say some T campground area all the way to Elkton, maybe as far as Sawyer Rapids. All the campgrounds that are along there kind of support that kind of trip, so I think it'd be a great time. But this trip is to go out and scout it, check out those campsites and see if there's somewhere there I can hang a hammock, make it worth my while, or if I'm gonna have to ground the whale. Ugh, yucky. But either case, it's a scouting trip, so hopefully it'll be a good video. We'll see. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. God bless, and here we go.
This isn't the first time I've attempted a trip down the Umpqua. My son and I went a couple years ago. We started at the Umpqua RV park here, ended up getting swamped 3 times on a 21-mile trip to a sandbar that we affectionately renamed Dry Out Camp. And we ended up having to spend the night there and dry out. Then the next morning, we realized that, hey, we're probably on private property here, and decided that we better get moving pretty quick because we didn't want to piss anybody off, but we didn't have a choice. It was dark when we got there. Being complete novices, we completely underestimated how far we could travel in a canoe, how many miles there was to travel in a canoe, and didn't make it as far as we hoped. We had planned on going well down past the Elkton RV park to an area where there was an island and spend the night in the middle of the river on that island. But we weren't going to make it there in time. There's no possible way we're going to get there in time. And we couldn't get we couldn't get a campsite at the Elkton RV park here. So we ended up having to call someone to come pick us up and declare the trip a bust at that point. So for this trip, some adjustments need to be made. I need to find a legal, good camp spot somewhere near in the dry camp area, and also get some reservations at the Umpqua RV park so we can start really early, as well as the Elkton RV park. This way we don't have to worry about not having a place to stay. All right, so back to my trip here in August. So I'll be staying there at the Elkton RV park, and then I'll be heading on down river. The next place will be the Sawyer Rapids RV park, where there is tent sites on the water, and I've been told that it's quite a party environment there in August. The people there at Sawyer Rapids were very helpful, very wonderful, nice folks. I look forward to staying there. Okay, now from here on is where I really need to do the scouting. Now, confirming everything you saw took me driving around all day long, and I didn't do much filming, and that's why the first part of this video was all commentary. But here you go, the real video. Well, I woke up this morning in the Soso National Forest. I was out scouting, trying to figure out a canoe pathway for me to take in August to do a nice little 5-day trip, and ended up driving around until it got dark and decided that this little roadside spot is going to be a place I spend the night. Anyway, this spot did me good. Did really well last night. Got to try out my gear here. I had my homemade comforter, worked really well. And the only thing I used was that orange Kelly blanket that I bought at Cascade for 24 bucks. Boy, that was a good deal. I couldn't believe that thing kept me warm all night. It's a little on the short side, but it's not bad. Really nice. Really was comfortable. Now, whoever had a fire there, bad, bad, bad. The ground underneath this is all duff. It's just all duff. The worst place you could ever start a fire. You can see right there, I scuffed it up with my foot last night. There's no dirt down there. It's all nothing but old roots and leaves and things. And as you can see, everything's quite decayed. Kind of spectacular just the same. Well, I'm about to take off with my canoe at Dean Creek. I'm gonna paddle it across to the Devil's Staircase Wilderness and do some scouting. It's a pretty morning here on the Umpqua. I'm starting to feel the wind already though. Tide's on its way out. Out there in front of us is an island. I wanted to go check it out. Facing every canoeer's worst nightmare, the wind. Man, the wind's just starting to pick up. It's possible it could get up to 25 miles an hour today. Shoot. I'm on the other side of the river. You can see the highway's over there. I'm walking on an island right now. Hopefully find a camp spot I can use later. Happened to me yesterday too, it got blown off. Sometimes shortcuts aren't that short. Well, I found my way to get around the backside of the island. Looks like there's a river or something that comes in here because we got some good water flow. It's just beautiful up in here. Look at the colors on this tree. Bush, whatever it is. Beautiful. I do when I can't find a shady spot to stop for lunch? I make one. Check it out. This is my rain poncho. I'll show you from the outside here in a minute, but I'm just sitting in my canoe, most comfortable chair around.
And there's my little lunch shelter. Not much, but it works. You might ask, Chuck, what are all these trees? You know, that grass right there, it's chest deep. And I just didn't feel like wading my way through it. There shouldn't be any venomous snakes around here. I'm not really concerned with that. You know, as far as that goes, it just, I could trip and fall. Stuff I can't see. This whole little area here. Well, this is the best depiction. Right there, the tide's out. See how tall that grass is? Let's zoom in for you. The edge of that grass right there, it's probably 6 foot tall right there. So that's some serious grass. Way more than I want to try to push my way through. And it's like reeds. Then you get up in here and this is just like waist deep grass. But you get up in them trees area and you're up to chest deep grass. So that's why I am over here. Now with any luck, this summer I'll come back here and all this grass will be dead. And I'll be able just to push it over or maybe take my machete and just knock it loose. But anyway, this right here is probably where I'm gonna probably end up camping, or I'm gonna end my trip here or start it here, depending on which way I decide to go. Straight across here, you see that bridge right there, that car just went by? That's where I put in at. My truck is actually right on the other side, just barely can't see it, but that's Dean Creek. And so I'm gonna either take out there, put in there, possibly stay on this island. But we'll see in August. It depends if my son can come with me or not. This wind is very, very common in this section of the canyon here, so paddling against it's kind of tricky, kind of rough, but that's the way to the ocean, heading out that way. It goes there and hits this big bend, and then the Smith River joins into it, then it hits another huge bend, and the north spit of Reed Sport's out there, and it does this big circle and comes back and hits into Winchester Bay and then out to the ocean. But beautiful area, just always windy. Oh, by the way, that's the elk viewing area on the other side. Yes, sir. And I believe I saw some signs of elk here on this island. That would be cool to see. Well, I'm starting to see some whitecaps out there. This might be a little ride. Just got to get across the river. That's all I got to do. Here's the trick that I use for crossing an area like this. I'll use a V. I'll actually go downriver upwind at an angle. This way when the waves hit me, they're taking on the side and not broadsided. And then when I get to the center, I turn and come back at an angle. So kind of like a giant chevron. That's how I cross. Well, hopefully there's a channel coming in here, because I made it across. The tide's really gone out. Hope there's some more water in that creek. All right, we're coming up on the channel here. Looks like we're gonna have enough water to get in there. At least be able to walk it up in there anyway. So that's pretty cool. Well, I'm back in my truck now. It's 75 degrees outside. Those folks you in California are thinking that's not too hot, but for me, I've acclimated to Oregon and 75 is hot, and boy, I'm parched. Hence that's why I'm in the truck with the air conditioner running after that canoe ride. It wasn't so much the canoe trip that was rough, it was getting out of the water at low tide. That was rough, because you got another 7 feet of bank to go up, and it's all muddy and loose and just disheveled. It's just crazy, kind of tough to move in. I got mud boots on, and I went over my boot height deep in mud, so that kind of gives you an idea. Maybe if I ever have to do that again, I guess I'll try to film it, but I don't have to try to go back for the camera. So no thank you, buddy. I'm gonna tell you about it instead. But anyways, this is why I'm scouting, because I know that this lower section of the river is very, very tidal susceptible. It's full of silt, and there's areas where it looks like you got good land, but you go over to it and you don't. As you see, there's grass that's just growing crazy. It's all wet grass. It's designed to grow in the water, so most of that grass grows someplace where at some point in time it's underwater. So with any luck, come August, all that'll be dead. I might have to come back out here again, say in July, and check it out and see if I can camp out here. But right now it's possible, but it's going to require me to use maybe a scythe or a machete or something to knock that grass down and smash it down. Maybe if I push my canoe across it, it'll smash it down. I don't know. We'll figure something out if I need to stay here, but I have a feeling that I'm going to do the upper side of the river and stay in mostly campgrounds. This way it just makes it simple for the reservation issue, because it being the first week of August, every little spot on the river is going to be busy, and the spots are few and far between, and if I'm coming by boat, I just can't go back to where I came from. I have to move on, and that'd be another day's journey, so that's not going to work out. So all in all, this is a good scouting trip. I've got a lot of stuff laid out. I'll have to put that plan together and put that trip going, and be great for my 50th birthday. Yeah. All right, folks, thank you so much for watching another one of my videos. I appreciate all the support for the channel. Thank you, and God bless. Take care.
I'm moving too fast, headed back to the county, riding full blast. I'm all the way up, sitting first class, pedal to the middle, gas on smash. I can't slow down, I'm moving too fast, headed back to the county. We gotta roll, dog.